Listen, there is someone who is looking at you, perceiving you, and maybe you haven't even noticed. This person has been following your steps, not because they want something from you, but because they see something in you, something that maybe you don't even see yourself. They noticed your strength even on the days when you feel weakest. They notice the details, the way you try to hide your fatigue, the way you carry everything without asking for help. They see what's behind that wall you've built. And you know what? This person understands that only you can decide if you will let them in. Have you ever stopped to think about why this is happening? Why did this person choose you specifically? It's not a coincidence. You have something that completes what is missing in their life, but that doesn't mean they will force their way in. They are there, waiting, but no one waits forever, understand? Sometimes you get so used to being alone that you forget what it's like to trust someone. But what if I told you that this person wants nothing more than to make you feel good? It's not about filling a void of theirs. It's about being someone who accompanies you, who adds to your life, someone who sees in you something that no one else has managed to see. But here's the point. You need to be willing to let this happen. You need to make space, take the first step, no matter how small. And this starts with a simple but difficult decision, to stop pretending that you don't need anyone. You know, making space doesn't mean losing control or depending on someone for happiness. It's not about becoming vulnerable to the point of getting hurt. It's about recognizing that not everything needs to be so lonely. This person who is looking at you, who has already noticed who you truly are, is not there by chance. They have been seeing what perhaps you are hiding from everyone, including yourself. You might be thinking, why me? What could someone see in me? But that's the point. Those who observe you are not looking for perfection. They are looking for truth. And the truth is that you are unique. Your struggles, your scars, the paths you've traversed so far, all these have made you someone with depth. Someone whose presence cannot be ignored, even when you think you're going unnoticed. And yet it seems hard to accept. Maybe you've grown accustomed to believing that no one truly stays, that in the end, people always leave. But what if this person is not like the others? What if this time it's different? Not because you changed or did something to deserve it, but because you finally found someone who understands what it really means to stand by someone. This person will not ask for anything you can't offer. They are not here to change you or mold you into something you're not. They've already seen you as you are and yet chose to stay close. And you know what? They don't want your perfection. They want your presence. They want you to know that you can be yourself with your flaws, your doubts, your insecurities, because they are not judging you. They are admiring you. But there is a choice to be made here, and it is yours. You can continue keeping everything closed off, guarding what you feel and protecting yourself from potential disappointments. It's safe, I know, but it's also lonely. Or you can take a risk. You can allow this person to show you little by little that you don't need to carry everything alone, that you don't always have to be so strong, that there is room in your life for someone who just wants to be by your side, without demands, without conditions. Think about it. How many times have you felt like you were doing everything right, but something was still missing? How many nights have you spent wondering why it seemed like no one saw who you really were? Now, you have this chance, a rare opportunity. A person who not only sees you but understands you. Don't waste this, because connections like this don't happen every day. I know that trusting isn't easy. You've been hurt before, promises have been broken, you've been made to feel less than you are, but this person is not your past. And I'm not here to convince you of anything. I just want you to think about it, because deep down, you know you deserve more. Many people learn to survive with less than they deserve, and maybe you've done that for too long. Life has already shown you that it's unpredictable, full of ups and downs, and yet you keep going, always getting back up, always finding a way to move forward. But maybe it's time to realize that you don't have to do it alone. Allowing someone into your life doesn't mean weakness, it means courage. It takes courage to open up, to say, okay, I'll try. And that's what I'm asking you to consider now, to try. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to be 100% sure. You just need to take a step. Because on the other side of that step, there's someone waiting. Someone who doesn't want to fill the missing pieces in you, but wants to walk by your side in the same direction, and the only thing this person needs is for you to allow it. Allow them to enter, to know what no one else knows, to see the sides of you that you've hidden for so long. You don't need to say anything right now, but do something. Think, look around, remember the times when someone was there even without needing to be, without expecting anything in return. This person has been showing what they feel, not with words, but with actions, with simple gestures that often go unnoticed. But they are there, in every conversation, in every exchange of glances, in every shared silence. And if you think you're not ready, that's okay. But know that this person is not waiting for you to be perfect. They are waiting for you to be sincere. Not about what you think others want from you, but about what you truly feel. Because that's what true connections are based on. Honesty. Maybe it's time to stop looking back at what went wrong, at who left you, or at the times you felt you weren't enough. Maybe it's time to look forward to who is here now, because this person is not your past, they are your present. And if you allow it, they can be part of your future. So I ask you, what are you going to do now? Are you going to continue carrying everything alone, or are you going to allow someone who has already shown they care to be by your side? Only you can answer that, but know that whatever your decision, it will have an impact. Not only on your life, but also on the life of someone who has already chosen you even before you realized it. You know that this choice is not easy. Allowing someone into your life requires courage, yes, but it also requires a certain letting go. Because you will have to give up some things. I'm not talking about giving up who you are, never, but giving up that shield you constantly carry. The one you use to protect yourself from the world, to ensure no one hurts you. The truth is, over time, that shield can end up distancing you from the people who truly matter. And you know what's even more ironic? Sometimes you don't even realize that you're pushing away those who want to help you. You build such high barriers that you don't even notice you're trapped within them. But I am here to tell you that, on the other side of those barriers, there is someone who hasn't given up on trying to reach you. This person is there, trying in every way to show you that you don't have to do it alone. There is a space for you to be who you are, without having to carry everything all the time. Look, I'm not saying that you have to change everything right now. I'm not saying you need to trust blindly or jump in without thinking. No. But what I want you to understand is that this opportunity doesn't come around often. Someone who truly sees you with all your sides, the good, the difficult, the uncertain, is not something you find just anywhere. This person is choosing you, and that doesn't happen by chance. They saw something in you that maybe the world has overlooked, something that maybe you yourself have overlooked. They see your essence, and no matter how many times you try to hide behind your defenses, they remain there. Not out of blind insistence, but because they believe in what they found in you. And I know deep down this touches you, because it's challenging when someone truly sees us. It makes us face who we are without masks, and maybe that's what scares you. Because when someone truly sees us, we become vulnerable. It's like suddenly we have nowhere left to hide. But you know what? That vulnerability isn't weakness. It's in that vulnerability that we discover what is truly important. Because by allowing yourself to be seen, you also give yourself the chance to be accepted. Not for the image you want to project, but for who you are. So, what's holding you back? The fear of getting hurt again? That's natural, I understand. But think carefully. Is it worth living your whole life avoiding pain but also avoiding the chances of being happy? Because that's what we're talking about here. It's not about filling a void or fixing something that's wrong. It's about allowing someone to be part of your journey. About sharing moments, the good and the bad, with someone who has already shown that they are willing to stay. This person doesn't want to take anything from you. They don't want to invade your space or take control of your life. They just want to be by your side. They want to walk with you whatever path you choose, and that's rare. Because in the world we live in, not everyone has that patience, that sensitivity, that strength to wait for as long as you need. But understand, waiting has a limit, not because this person will give up on you, but because they also have the right to be seen, to feel that they are part of your life, and not just orbiting around you, because in the end, every relationship is an exchange. It doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to be real. And for that, you need to be truly present. Not just physically, but emotionally. Maybe you think you're not ready. that there's still a lot to resolve before allowing someone to get close. But the truth is, no one is 100% ready. There will always be doubts, there will always be fears, and yet the best things in life happen when we choose to take a risk, even without having all the answers. This person is there, waiting, but they won't wait forever. Not because they don't love you or don't value you, but because they also need to feel that it's worth it. That they are not fighting alone to create a connection. So if you feel something, even if it's small, even if it's still confusing, it's time to show it, to give a sign, to say with words or actions, I see you, I value you, I want to try. I know this requires effort, that it's not simple, but who said the most important things in life are easy? What I can guarantee you is that it's worth it, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much you manage to achieve or how much you protect yourself. Life is about the connections we build, and this connection, this person, might be exactly what you were missing to feel complete. So what will your choice be? Are you going to continue protecting yourself, living inside your own world, or will you allow someone to be a part of it? No one can make this decision for you, but I am here to remind you that you have this chance, and it won't wait forever. Now it's up to you. The choice is in your hands. No one can cross that wall for you, but only you know what it takes to make room for what truly matters. That person is there waiting, not because they need you to be happy, but because they see the best in you, even in the parts you insist on hiding. And the question is, will you allow this to happen? I know letting your guard down isn't easy. Making space in your life means facing your fears, your doubts, and the scars you've carried for so long. But as risky as it may seem, you know it's worth it. Because deep down, no one is here to go through everything alone. It is in sharing, in the mutual gaze, in the mutual support, that life finds its true meaning. This person has already chosen you, even with your flaws, with your insecurities, with the days when you feel you have nothing to offer. They see you beyond all that, and what they want is not perfection, it's truth. They want you to show who you really are without masks, without needing to hide. And do you know why? Because this is how something true is built, not on illusions but on honesty. Now, what is holding you back? Is it the fear of being hurt again? Is it the idea that if you open up, you might end up getting hurt? All of this is understandable. But listen to me. Living trapped in this fear is letting life pass by without ever experiencing its most beautiful aspects. And this opportunity, to be seen, understood, and welcomed, doesn't come every day. It's not something you can simply ignore and expect to be there when you want. Life doesn't wait, and neither do people. If you feel that there is something inside, even if it's small, it's time to act. It doesn't have to be a big step. It could be an honest conversation, a simple gesture, a look that shows you are willing to try. But do something, because the person on the other side, waiting, also needs to feel that they are important to you, that it's worth being by your side. And if you think you're not ready, remember one thing: no one is 100% ready. Life doesn't come with an ideal moment. What it brings are chances, and you decide whether to take them or not. This connection, this person, might be exactly what was missing for you to feel complete. But for that to happen, you need to allow it. You need to say to yourself, yes, I will try. Now I want to hear from you. Did this message touch something inside? Did it make you think of someone or some situation? Leave your comment below and tell me how this resonates with your life. Let's continue this conversation, because I want to hear your story. I want to know how you deal with these moments and if you feel ready to make room for someone special. And if this video made sense to you, don't forget to leave your like. This not only helps me to continue creating content that touches the heart, but also makes this message reach other people who might need to hear it today. And subscribe to the channel. Here we talk about real things, themes that connect the soul and make us reflect on what really matters. I want you with me on this journey. Your story is important, and as hard as it may be to believe sometimes, you deserve to be happy, not just to exist, but to truly live, with all the experiences that make life unique and special. That person has already chosen you. Now you just have to decide, are you going to let them in or keep carrying everything alone? This is your chance. Don't let it pass.